Somebody lift your hands as we celebrate the greatness of our God. He's great and he's greatly to be praised. There's a little worship song that says this: our God is awesome.
Hey everybody, my name is Debra McEntyre, and I just wanted to stop by just to say thank you to everyone who supported my book. I am the author of When I Woke Up, 21 Days of Releasing and Restoring, and just wanted to stop by just to say thank you. Thank you to all of those who supported me by Facebook, text messages, in person, the phone calls, just to let me know that you did make your purchase. You enjoyed the book. I thank you for that. I appreciate it. For all of those who said that they were proud of me, thank you so much. It was something that was not intended, but God knew what he was doing, so I guess he did it on purpose. So this book, I just wanted to talk a little bit about it and explain, because I did have some questions and some comments because no one knew what I was actually going through. And so I'm grateful and I'm thankful, because we don't always look like the stuff that we go through. So be thankful for that, because if we did, some of us would just look a pure mess. And I'm so thankful that, you know, God used me at that point in time. Even when I didn't even want to be used, he used me anyway. So I just wanted to stop by and talk a little bit about it and explain the book and what the process was like. The book really started out for me as my diary, as my journal. I was angry, I was frustrated, I was just going through so much, and it just felt like everything was closing in on me. So I wanted to write so that I could relieve myself. So I didn't lash out at everyone who was around me. I wrote it on paper. And as I was writing, the first day God said to me, now turn around, and in that same chapter you're going to encourage somebody else. And that's how it turned out to be. So it was 21 days of what God did in my life. So it wasn't really a journal, a daily journal for anyone else. It wasn't something that you had to do, a daily devotional. It's not that. It was just 21 days out of my life. Someone else, it took a little bit longer, and someone else, it may just take a few days for God to just show you what it is that he needs you to see. But for me, he took 21 days just to tell me, and the releasing was me releasing so that I can be restored and someone else can be restored also. So that's how we came up with the title of the book. So I am so proud of that, and I'm just grateful to God that he chose me. Now, would I do it all over again? The process, no. As I say in the book, I don't want to do the process again, but I would just ask him to give me an easier way to deal with it. But, you know, God is the one who chooses how we do things, and we are the one who chooses our attitude and how we do it. So we're going to kind of go through the book, the 21 days. So you'll see videos on me talking about different chapters in the book, where I was at that time. You'll laugh with me, you'll probably cry with me. So, you know, come with me as I take this journey back in the book. And the reason why I decided to read the book is because it reminds me of where I've been, and then it helps me not to get stuck if I find myself going in that direction again. It reminds me not to get stuck where I was at. Don't go back to where I was at, but press forward and move forward, because look at what he's done. This is just something that I didn't even know about. This is something that I didn't plan. So it just lets me know that the plans that he has for our life are the plans that he has, not what we planned. Everything that I planned in my life went to the side. Nothing that I planned in my life has gone the way that I always planned it, because those plans were not God's plans. So when he says that the plans that he has for you, he already knows them. He already knows them. We have no idea. So come with me. Let's start with the introduction. And in the introduction, I really like that. If you ask me my favorite part of the book, that will be one of my favorite parts of the book, because it just talks about how one day while I was sleeping, there was a faint knock on my door. It says, who could that be? I'm not expecting anyone. Or did I forget they were coming? I continued sleeping as if I didn't hear it. And before I could fully wake up and get myself together, they had already entered my house. They already came in. They knock on the door. You hear them knocking, you see them knocking, you see the road that we're going down. We know that something is about to come, but we try to act like we don't see it. So I say struggles is like that bad company that you don't want to let in. You know they're coming. You're looking out the window and you see them coming, so you try to act like you're not home, or you close the blinds. You don't want anybody to move around. That's how struggles are. and then they knock on the door and you don't really want to let them in. And if they're bold enough, they'll walk on in anyway. And then not only do they come, but they bring somebody else with them. That's how our struggles come. Our struggles are bold enough to just come and bring somebody else with them. So what is a struggle? A struggle is anything that's hard to do, anything that you're trying to achieve that's hard to achieve, and something that causes problems. That's what a struggle is. So whatever it is that you're struggling to do, struggling to achieve, and struggling to just get out, and you're having a hard time doing, that's a struggle. Anything that's hard that causes a problem is a struggle.
My God is awesome. He can move mountains. Keep me in the valley. Hide me from the rain. My God is awesome. Heals me when I'm broken. Strength where I've been weak. And forever He will reign.
Somebody lift your hands as we celebrate the greatness of our God. He's great and he's greatly to be praised.
So we're all struggling with something. My struggle is different from your struggle. But one thing I learned in my process is that the struggle is always going to come. Struggles are inevitable. So we might as well brace ourselves and get ready for struggles. However, our attitude in dealing with the struggle determines how long we stay in and how hard the struggle hits us. Struggles are going to come. I need you to understand that. But the way that we deal with it determines how long we stay there. So I just imagine, had I not had such a nasty attitude, or had I not been so angry and upset and frustrated, how long would it have taken me to really get through this struggle?
My God is awesome. He can move mountains. Keep me in the valley. Hide me from the rain. My God is awesome. Heals me when I'm broken. Strength where I've been weak. And forever He will reign.
Somebody lift your hands as we celebrate the great.
But I'm glad that I was able to deal with the struggle and go through, because in that process I woke up, and that's how we got here. When I woke up. So when I woke up, I saw a lot of things. So I woke up in the spirit, I woke up in the natural, I woke up to a lot of things that were around me, and I realized that I stayed in the struggle a little too long, longer than I have to. However, at the end of my struggle was birthed this book, which I am proud of today and able to speak to you about today. So I say to you that we're not the only ones that go through struggle. So what instructions are we not listening to that's causing us to die in the midst of our struggles? So I say to you again, number one thing is to pray in the midst of your struggle and ask God for your directions in the midst of your struggle. I can't tell you how to handle your struggle, but God can. So I want you to ask him and listen, and then do exactly what he says. Another struggle I want to point out is the struggle of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. He goes into the Garden of Gethsemane. So he goes and he asks Jesus, he says, if this is your will, Lord, then I'll do it. And I'm paraphrasing. But in that, can you imagine him in that struggle? We're in the midst of a struggle on our way to our destiny. And if we get stuck in that struggle, then there's someone else's that's waiting for us. So can you imagine if he had not gone on and did what he was supposed to do? If he would have just got stuck right there and stopped? Where would we have been today? Because he had to go and die for us. In order to die for us, he had to get through that struggle. But if he would have stopped at that struggle in the midst of the Garden of Gethsemane, then we would have been stuck. There would have been no us. So I'm grateful for the struggles that we go through. But just remember, in the midst of the struggle, pray and ask God for directions. Listen to him and then do it. And then once you get through that struggle, there is somebody that's waiting for you to get through so that you can help them come through. So don't get stuck in your struggles today. Remember that God cares for you, and I do too. So that wraps it up for today. But I just want to again say thank you to all of the one who supported me, and those who are interested in supporting. You could go to Amazon.com and you can purchase the book. The book is also on Kindle, and you can listen to it on Google Play. So until then, know that this girl right here loves y'all, and I want you to be encouraged. Bye bye.
My God is awesome. He can move mountains, keep me in the valley, hide me from the rain. My God is awesome. Heals me when I'm broken, strength where I've been weak, and forever He will reign.
Somebody lift your hands as we celebrate the greatness of our God.